Ntinyaaari. This is, of course, the Story Clip Show, and you're hanging out with myself, Katomi, and our amazing producer, as always, Dougie, in the background doing his thing. You can catch us on YouTube on the Story Clip Show. You can catch us on all our social media handles, which is TikTok, Twitter, and, of course, Instagram at the Story Clip Show. And, of course, stream us on your favorite podcast streaming site. We are still the Story Clip Show. The amazing artist we have today is a new up-and-coming artist, and she goes by the name of Ntinyaari. Have we fumbled and called her Ntinyaaari? Yes. Have we fumbled and called her Ntinyaari? Yes, we have. But she is an amazing vocalist, and honestly, we can't wait for you to see what she has in store for you. We'll get to know a lot more about her, from her life journey, from how she got here, and even more importantly, what her new song is about, what inspired it, all of that. So make sure you stay tuned right here on the Story Clip Show as we visit the life of Ntinyaaari. My name is still Katomi. Welcome to the show. Hi, Natakuga Mware. Tuko sawa pia sisi, and that is as much Kimeru as I can speak, by the way. I am Meru. My name is Kadhomi. Exactly. Yeah, so
I still need to take you to school.
I know, right? It's bad. It's not great, but we're still proud. And the little that we know, we represent with, okay? So I think we start with the confusion in your name, because I have called you Nyatari, I have called you Ntinyaaari, I have called you Nyatiri. Like, I have called you everything short of your name. And then eventually...
You're not the only one, though. You're not the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's a really difficult name, and then it also does make you almost become 100% Kenyan, because if I call you Ntinyaaari, it sounds Meru. If I call you Nyatari, it sounds like you're from another region. If I call you Nyatiri, it sounds like you're Masai, and it's like you're all over the place. Is that something that you're actually proud of, that people can't really pinpoint you and go, this is that Meru Chiku usually sings?
I am really proud of my name.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up for me, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the name that my mom used to call me when I was in trouble. Oh no, this is not good.
Yeah.
And it's also like at some point, when you're getting into art, you struggle with finding something that feels natural and feels authentic. And I struggled with names where I did. Like, finding an artist name was such a hard task for me.
I hear you. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happened, but one day it just clicked. And it was just like, I was in Form 3, because I started like doing covers when I was in high school.
Okay.
And yeah, so I did my first cover. It was by Adele, Hello. And I had like this weird name, and it was just funny. And I'm not gonna tell you what.
Come on! You can't tell us all the way like it was so weird and then just stop at that point. What was the name? Just tell us. Embarrass yourself for our sake.
I used to go by the name Shaya Lovell.
Shia Lovell.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's literally been picked out from... What's that guy? There's another artist who has a very similar name. So did you just copy-paste? You just airlifted?
Well, not really, because like my English name is like... So I was just like borrowed from it, and then like...
Your English name is Shaya or Sharon? What is your English name, Nyatiri?
It is Sharon.
Ntinyaaari. It's Sharon. You see, we're still confusing the name. Sharon Ntinyaaari. Now that sounds like a typical Meru, because for some reason, Meru people have decided everyone shall be called Faith or Sharon or Bridget. As in, like, why? What is the vocabulary problem? Can we please sort it out? Because it's a lot. So you went with Shaya, and then?
and then it just didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided I want to like work on my brand around Form 3, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with my African names. So I was just gonna go with Ntinyaaari, and I was like, it's dark, and I was like, I'm not going back. So I meet people all the time, and they're like, your name is like really hard, and I'm like, yes, but I want you to learn it because it's here for a while. It's sticky.
Thank you.
You have to learn it.
It is that uniqueness in the name that makes you. It just adds to that je ne sais quoi of a person whenever they have a sort of difficult name to pronounce. And I completely hear you because my name journey was almost similar. It's like one of those situations where you've never really thought about changing your name. Like, this is your name, and then suddenly you're asked, okay, so what name do you want to be the name people know you by? And you go, oh my goodness, I never actually thought about it. What is my name? And here we are. It's Kathomi and Ntinyaari. Hey girl, I love it. It's a good name. It's a good name. Now, let's get into your journey, because you've already told us that you started singing at around Form 3, or you started doing your artistic journey at around Form 3. So what was this artistic journey? Because people don't know much about you. You are very fresh in our industry. How do we need to get to know who is this girl? Where did she come from? All of that. So you started singing at Form 3, and then what?
Like, I think like professionally it was a Form 3, but like I've been singing my entire life. I've been singing in church. I've been
your look, like I saw you. It's even part of my questions. I'm like, God, were you in a choir? Because you just have that choir vibe, like church girl who's gone to choir and then eventually joined choir in school and then eventually discovered, oh my God, I could be a solo artist, and so on and so forth. But I feel like I'm now disturbing your process. Continue. Msichana wa choir.
No, I've never been in a choir. Funny enough, I've never been in a choir.
Praise and worship?
But a bit, I think. A bit, yeah, a bit, because like there was like the whole conflict of me being in school and like I'm not really a social person, so like going for rehearsals for me was such a big problem back then. So I was just like, don't really want to go. I just want to stay home and just chill. So like I just used to like sing, like do presentations in church, and like when I can, I join the praise and worship team. Singing bit, but I've never been in a choir. And I've never been officially in praise and worship. I've been singing in church. And I was in music festival in like school and drama festival as well. Drama club. I mean, I don't know. I keep saying festival, but I mean, you think of the festivals that you've gone to. So it's
thank you. Yeah, it just feels like ultimately.
Yeah, I've done both of them. I used to sing in high school, like when we have like gigs where people are coming and they like need someone to present, and so basically it was me and a bunch of other girls in school. So when I started doing the cover, I thought I was just going to be a cover artist because that was all I knew. I didn't know I could write music. Like I didn't know, but I used to like sing my stuff. I used to be like, I've done covers when I'm doing like chores and stuff. I'm just singing, and then it gets to a point I'm done singing people's songs, and then I'm like, I'm creating like a sound by myself, and I'm like, it's making a lot of sense, but I've never thought that is actually songwriting. So I just used to think that, I'm just being creative, you know. There's nothing to read into it. So I went to campus and I wanted to do music, but my family was like, you just go to school first, do this course, and then after you can go and do other things that you want to do. So
it's all parents do.
Yeah, it's typical
African parents.
So I went to school. I did business and information technology, and this whole time there was like a choir I could join, and there was like praise and worship I could join, but again the
introvert in you was just like, nah.
I was like, no, just chill, And then I started doing just like some small covers for my Instagram and stuff.
Yes,
And
I've seen some of them. I've seen I'll Be Fine. I've seen The End. And a very interesting song as well. This was Run Girl, the one about domestic violence.
Protection is what I need from you. Two-faced clown playing the nice card. Run, girl, run for your life. Save your soul. His monsters play, but they don't play nice. Oh.
That was you really committed to that song. Like you could feel the commitment in the song. And then of course Give Me Love. But that one we're digressing. Now we're still in covers on Instagram. So I'll Be Fine.
I do covers on Instagram. And then one day I was like, but I like started off very shy because I was like, I didn't know how to be like on camera, and just like having the focus on my face was just like a really big deal for me. So it was like a really the transition journey was just amazing because I started singing like in the dark. Like it was just like you wouldn't see my face. It was just like you hear the voice.
Okay.
And my friend was like, "No, how will people know
who you are?" Exactly.
That's so crazy. So like I started like doing the covers and then like showing my face, and it was a bit awkward still getting used to being out there. And then at some point, I think around when the pandemic hit,
2021,
it's like when I really connected with like my artistic side. That's when like I started writing music, and now I started putting it out because I was like, it was a really boring time. There was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try these things that I've been doing and see how it goes. So I did a couple of songs, and then I was involved in some monologues that were being run by Brenda Williams.
Yes, I saw that as well. I'm like, this girl can act, she can sing. What else can she do? But continue.
What can she do at this point? Yeah, so
Monologue.
And then actually that was like the only reason I got into acting, because I was shy. I thought I wasn't good enough at that point, and like having that encouragement and that constant reassurance that this is meant for you was like a really big step into my career as an actor, and that was really helpful because then afterwards that's when I started putting myself out there and like going for acting jobs now. And then, okay, back to the monologues. When I was doing monologues, I was like, I write music based on the themes of the monologues, because they were always themed. They would talk about domestic violence, insecurities, and a lot of stuff in between. So I was like, let me try it. So that's where the song Run Girl came from, because I was like talking about domestic violence, and I was like, this was like a very heavy monologue to do, and putting myself in the shoes was just like a whole thing. And I was like, let me just try and just, if I can't do much, at least I can write about it. So I was going to write about it, and I did, and it got like a good reception. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'm really meant to be here, you know, I'm actually meant to do this. And after a year, because that was 2020, 2021, that's when I released my first. It's called Give Me Love.
Yes, we were just about to get into it. And you gave it, of course, you gave it a Mary title as well. And that was so impressive. It was Mpawendo, or it was Mpawendo, which is a Mary name, which is basically the interpretation of Give Me Love.
If you choose me, this is all I ask. Oh, begin. Give me love, it's all I ever need. Power even when it's hard.
And I was just like, okay, yes, the queen is coming through now. We're trying to see what's going on with this girl. Okay, after Mpawendo, which is also a really nice song on your YouTube channel. I think you've also posted it on your Instagram. What happened next?
So after Mpawendo, I was I wanted to release an EP afterwards.
Okay.
And then things didn't go right. A lot of things went left, and I was like, okay, I have no idea what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I stopped creating for a bit when it came to music, and I was like, let me see if I really didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was like chilling, and then around 2022,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, around sometime this year, that's when I did a collaboration with Jay Blessing on his
36
playlist.
project. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
Yeah, 36 projects playlist, and that's how you and I came to be. And
such an amazing summary, because that was in April of 2022. But
yes,
sorry, a lot of your creativity seems to have been sparked between that space of April of the year before. So it's like by the time you've gotten to April of the next year, you've actually done an actual song with a huge producer and a huge project as well with other amazing artists like Pishon and Akina Bridget and all of these other cool people. And it just feels like, okay, my work is actually coming together. You know, the person who I was a few years ago, the shy girl who didn't want to open up lights when she was singing and singing in the darkness, is now the girl who is being spotlit as a part of a huge group of young artists who are doing very, very well in the industry. So a year's change is huge. How do you feel now? And when you go back and look at the song Give Me Love, and then what you've done now with You and I, how does that feel? Do you see a different person? Do you see a different process? What do you see a stark difference, or is it the same old, just different opportunities?
It's exciting when I look back. I'm like, not even in my wildest dreams could I have thought that something like this would happen to me. Because I was supposed to be a cover artist, you know. I was just to do some covers on YouTube and just like.
And you did many, honey. Ati, you did Haya, you did Sincere by Nameless, which was a really cool rendition, because I love that you did it from the girl's perspective, and that was really cool to listen to. And then you did X by Nikita, you did Collide by Earth Gang, Kutembea Nawe, which is also a very interesting, powerful gospel song, Midnight Train by Sauti Soul, and Forget You, of course, by Ben Soul. You did Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Now, this was early 2021, and Karambu Mujundo, which is also a Meru song. Amani Karumba, it's Karambu Mujundo, which is also you did so many covers. Like, I'm just like, cover.
And I'm like, it's like so much growth. Sometimes I'm like, I can't wait to see what you do next. And I'm like, wait, I'm the one who's supposed to be doing that. But I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. Yeah. So I'm like, these small steps that I've been making have
gotten you to where you are.
Doesn't miss where I am, and I feel like I'm so blessed because everyone's journey is different, but I feel like mine is just full of luck and so much blessing on it. So I'm just so grateful for the land I've gotten, because I'm like, it amazes me all the time. It is. So I'm like, my friends have really held me down. They've really supported my work, and now like it's not only my friends who listen to me, like I have like other people who listen to me.
You have fans.
I know.
That's crazy. But like, okay, first of all, I feel like we've just brushed off this and it's pretty much the last part of a journey as of the records that we have anyway, the project that you did with JB. And I feel like I want to put a pin on that, because that's a story you have to tell us. You didn't just show up on JB's doorstep and he was like, all right girl, you can sing, come in. Of course that wasn't the journey, so you have to tell us a lot more about that. We'll put a pin on that and then go into a few things that we've discovered along the way. Like I mentioned, the rendition of Nasinzia by Nameless, where you did it as from the girl's perspective, and you've done this with a couple of other songs where you're like, you know what, how about we do it from the girl's perspective? But
Yeah.
what inspires this? Like you just doing the song and doing it in the most authentic version, which is you. I am a woman. I'm not gonna do a man's song and sing his lines because I wouldn't deliver in the same way that I would if I was singing as a woman. So what's up with that?
Hello, this is a story clip show. My name, my good name, they call me Ntinyaari Kabani. And I am an artist, I'm a singer, songwriter, and an actor. And this is the Story Clip Show.
And I promise I'll never be a player. You're married, God, no longer need a
I'm like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, but I just feel like my experiences as a woman should also like get like to be told. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be the one to tell you that. I want to be able to tell you that, oh, so you did this. I felt this as well. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just something I challenge myself with. I'm like, okay, so what if this was written from a female perspective? What would she have to say?
Mm-hmm.
Would she be of the same idea? Would she be of the same belief? Would she,
The reception,
So-
would it feel the right
Yeah.
way?
yeah,
All of that.
I feel like when I'm doing a cover for a song, I am completely in it. It's something I've thought about a lot, and I love it
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I love the song the way it is. So I'm like, for me to change it, it's like a big deal.
It
and
is.
I'm like, it is a big deal. So I'm like, I don't want to change it completely because then it loses its authenticity and it loses its
Originality as well. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I'm like, I want to be able to tell it about it from the female's perspective, but still maintaining the originality of the song. So that's the motive behind it.
I love it. I love it. And then we've seen a lot of a lot of growth in your covers as well, because you went from a point where you were singing like there's that thing where artists say that you're singing from your lungs, singing from your diaphragm, and then you're just singing from your throat. And through your journey and your covers, it's like we can literally see what it means when you sing from your throat, when you sing from your stomach, when you sing from your gut. There's actual impacts and differences in this, especially when it comes to the covers that you do for very strong voices like Nikita Herring and of course Adele. How do you get yourself to that phase where you're like, you know what, I can pull an Adele song. Hello, I can pull an Adele song. How do you get to that courage point? And then how do you train your voice such that you're able to deliver in such an authentic way that isn't necessarily sounding exactly like Adele or exactly like Nikita, but it sounds just like you?
Yeah. Let me tell you, I think audacity. Because again, with my journey, I am afraid of hitting high notes.
Mm-hmm.
I am terrified of high notes.
Mm-hmm.
But thing is, I can hit high notes. Like I have like a very extensive range,
Mm-hmm.
music range, vocal range. I mean vocal range, and I get some point and then I cower because I'm like, I'm not able to do that. Like, I have so many doubts in my head on how I'll do the delivery of it. So, me doing a song, a heavy song, a vocally heavy song, is from a point of trying to prove to myself that I can actually do the high notes without cowering. So, when I do that, I'm like, it is the most frightening thing to me because I'm like, oh my god, what if I don't hit the right notes? What if I fumble? What if it's shaky? Like, how am I supposed to do this? So I'll be like, I'm going to do this, and if I sound bad, that's okay. If I sound bad, sorry, that's okay, and I'm just gonna go with it, and I'm just gonna.
It's a challenge, and you're going to take it.
It's a challenge.
Seize
it,
it.
and then I do I've been doing a lot of like vocal warm up from this vocal coach. She's amazing. She's called Cheryl.
So you are training.
Well, yes, I train myself. So.
Oh, you train yourself. YouTube, School of YouTube.
Yes. School of YouTube. Hi.
A student is in class session.
Yeah. So I do that and then go with the audacity of trying and
sing with your chest. Like, what's the worst that could happen? So you don't like it. Me, I liked it, and here it is.
I don't like some other people, I don't like saying that. I genuinely don't like saying that, but I'll be like, other people sound bad, so I don't sound half as bad.
Oh, no, you don't. But there is a level of confidence that comes from if they're who they are and they sound like, I don't know, garbage to you, and here I am, a young upcoming artist, whether you will listen to me and there's nothing you will listen and you will enjoy it. But luckily you haven't exposed us to too much horrible singing. Lucky you've done a good job.
Together as we grow, you will suffer with me.
I love it. The shy girl is gone, and now it's the new girl who's just like, yes, we rocking. You're either with us or you're not. And if you're not, please jump ship. Can you leave? Can you leave the room? I love it. Now, another thing that we noticed as well is the fact that, or I noticed as well, is the fact that you do a lot of covers for R&B music. However, you did do redemption song as well. So are we safe to assume that you are an R&B artist? That is your niche, or is that your genre, or are you more experimental? Like, what genre would you describe yourself as?
Now, I have no idea. I think when people ask me the kind of genre I'm into, I'll be like R&B and soul. Because I listen to a lot of soul and R&B.
Okay.
But then at the same time, I'm like, I also listen to other stuff, But then what I write sounds more R&B.
Yes.
But you have like an influence of soul. So I just go with the fact that this genre is called art because I don't know how to describe it, so I'm just gonna call it art and just move.
I love it. You're not gonna box yourself in until you're sure that this is what you do.
Yeah, because I'm still discovering the kind of artist I am. So I'm not sure. And I don't want to put a label to it, so let's call it art and just move. We'll know.
Ntinyaaari, the songwriter and singer, period. That's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with.
I love it.
Whatever comes out on the other end is art. How you perceive it, then go with it. Run with it.
Okay. Now, we were speaking about the entrance into the Project 36 project playlist, or 36 playlist project with Jibril Blessing, and how, because that's where now we've seen like Ntinyaari proper
hit courtesy of the 36 project ambao jamaa fulani anajulikana kama Jibril Blessing is doing, ambao anapata kuinua artist ambao wako na vipaji ambavyo vinapata kunoga sana. Nakwambia
You and I is a song that gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it. I'm just like, what? It is so beautiful. The harmonies are just right. It gives you that image of like, oh, by the way, it is a Sunday evening, okay? And then you see the guy and you clock him and he clocks you and you're like, ah! It is just such a nice story. It was told so well. And it came up from this playlist project. So how did you get to meet JB? How did you guys get on each other's radars? How did you end up on the project? All of that. How did that happen?
Well, the project was his idea, right? So I wasn't following him at that time. So, but a friend of mine that his name is Tajel. I don't know if you know him, but he's part of the playlist. So he did a song with him, and I was like, I would like to do something with him because I've seen this guy. I know this guy. I've seen him, like, I've seen his work and it's beautiful. So I was like, it wouldn't hurt if I did it. So I DM'd him, and I was like, hi, how do I get to be part of your project? And he told me the steps on how to do it. So you had to like send him a song, a short clip, a short video of you singing, and then he would repost the song on his stories, and he would have his followers vote for you. And that's what I did. No, actually, I was so nervous. I sent him a link.
Of course.
So typical. I sent him a link, and I was like, wait, what did I do? Then I sent him the actual clip of the song, and then he reposted it. And then people voted for me, and then if you had like 80% of the votes, of people's votes, then you would proceed to making music with him.
Okay.
So fortunately, people felt, I think, before like, well, like, this girl can do something.
She got pipes. She's got pipes.
Yeah. So I got like above the cut. So that's how we went into talks with him, and I met him, and we did the song, and
Hey, yo, Jay, run this. It's a Sunday night. We are outside.
Now you are who you are with such an amazing song. Honestly, to be honest, this song I have listened every time. It's not even it's not a joke. Usually sometimes I exaggerate, but like legitimately every time I listen to You and I just get like goosebumps, and it is such a beautiful song, and we cannot wait to see what happens next. We cannot wait to see the music that you produce next. We can't wait to see the progress that you make in the industry, because we know a lot is coming. We've been seeing some of the interesting things you're doing online as well, dancing to Beyonce. We are seeing you.
you have to
Coming out of your shell.
Yeah, I'm really trying to like shake up the
The nervous energy,
part of me. So that's like the only way I can do it. So like putting myself in situations where are a bit uncomfortable for me, and I feel like you grow when you're not at your comfort zone.
True.
You just have to put yourself out there and do something challenging for yourself, and that helps you, gives you a confidence boost, and I want that for myself, and also for other people who are like following me. And I'm like, if you don't get anything from me, just know you can be confident in your skin and in yourself, and you can love yourself fully. You don't need to like wait for permission from people to allow you to be who you are. You can be who you are without that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And that actually does bring the question of, have you started feeling any pressure to like change, to become a different version of yourself? Is there any pressure in the industry to conform to the way people look, the way people dress, in order for you to trend? What's your situation? Because I've seen a lot of young artists have had a huge struggle with finding their true selves in what is required of them.
I think at some point I have, because people would be like, oh, why don't you do your makeup? Why don't you like do this? Like, why don't you be like this? Why don't you like do this? But then I'm like, at the end of the day, I've invested in self-worth and like self-awareness. So right now I know what's good for me, what's not good for me, what's good for my brand and what's not good for my brand, because I move according to how I want things to be done and how I feel they should be. And immediately I start listening to what other people want, then I start losing focus, and then now I start conforming into the belief of an artist should be like this or should be like that. But if I become like that, then doesn't make me feel good. And I want to do things that make me feel good.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I just have a lot of, you don't know the time that you have on earth.
True.
And I just can't stay here pleasing people
True.
at the expense of my own happiness.
True.
So, learning to say no to a lot of stuff is something I'm really working on and investing on myself. Because I feel like once you have that, then no one can take that away from you. No matter how hard they try, they can't. They can just be. They are spectators. They're not the main show. You're the main act. Every day, every time. So
Okay. I love that. It sounds very young. It sounds like a young person's look, it sounds mature but from a very like you're new to this. So it's like you're carpe dieming and everything is working out and you're like, "Yes, I was still able to get to point B from point A, so I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing it." The ideals of youth. How old are you, Ntinyaaari?
I just turned 24.
I told you. It sounds like a young person's mindset from a mature perspective, and I love it. I love it so much. 24. When did you turn 24, my dear? You're saying you just turned 24?
September 20th.
Shut up! 10 days before me. I love it. We're, tribesmen and Libras. Hashtag Libra season. What's up? Anyway, as a parting shot, but you've given us so much knowledge so far. I feel like you don't even need to be given a parting shot. But as a parting shot, what would you like to tell someone who has just gotten in with their phone in their bedroom and they just want to do music? What would you tell this person?
What I can say is, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You will have to work hard a lot. Because everyone will be like, "See, you can sing. Just take your phone and just sing and then you'll trend." But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Music is hella expensive. So invest in yourself. Invest in your craft. Invest in your mind, invest in your confidence, invest in your voice, invest in your friends, because honestly, they are the people who will be your advocates out here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do what makes you feel good and okay, because everyone has this idea of who you're supposed to be or how you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to move or what you're supposed to do, but do what makes you feel good. You will find your crowd. That's one thing I'm learning. You will find the people who will be interested in your stuff the way it is. They will support you when your video qualities are low, when your video qualities is top notch. They will be there for you during your singing in the darkness phase and in your shine in the light phase. Your people will find you, your crowd will find you. But don't be discouraged, because it's so easy to be discouraged, especially when you feel like you have so much to prove or so much potential inside of you. It can be very disheartening. So don't take your focus off your craft. Make sure you're learning and you're growing, but at your own pace. And with that, you'll be fine.
Well said. I'm telling you, she sounds like she's 80, but she's all of 24 years old. Girl, you're doing things, you're going places, and we can't wait to see. And now that you've already made us feel good with your knowledge, can you also make us feel good with a little bit of a snippet of the song? Because I am dying to see you do a cappella. So can you do it?
Okay, yeah. But let me warn you. I suffer from not knowing lyrics to my own song. I'm trying my best.
We hear you. Creativity and memory loss. Okay, we will forgive you today.
Okay, but I'm not sure. I'm sure I told you that part.
Okay.
It's a Sunday night, we are outside. Everything is set by design. Can you feel the breeze? I've been known to wear my heart on my sleeve. I've been known not to look before I leave. So I want to know if you're down for it. I want to know if you'll die with me. I want to know if you'll vibe with me. We can go all the way. Make the rules as we go. We could go all the way, all the way, all the way. We could vibe away, vibe away, vibe away. Just the two of us, you and I. Just the two of us, it's you and
I swear, you think I'm kidding? If you zoom in, I have goosebumps. Honestly, truly, I have goosebumps. That song is just, it's an amazing song. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. Are you planning on doing anything new? Is there something we should be looking out for?
Yes, there's something you should be looking out for.
As soon as next week, as soon as tomorrow. Like, how soon?
Not yet as soon as tomorrow, but very soon. I'm not sure when, but before the end of the year or the beginning of next year.
Okay.
Sometime there.
Okay. We're excited. We can't wait. Thank you so much for being with us.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
I've had
you.
so much fun.
Thank you for being here. There was very little we knew about you, but at least we've learned a lot more by the end of it. So thank you for letting us into your life and letting us know that at some point your name was Shaya. Shaya! Girl.
Parents never let me forget. They never let me forget. Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you have enjoyed that interview with Ntinyaari. Make sure you catch her on all her social media handles at Ntinyaari Karani. Ukiwa YouTube, subscribe to her channel. If you're on socials as in Instagram and the rest, also follow her, like her stuff because she does a really good job. And also make sure you go and listen to her song You and I. It is now streaming live, so check it out as well. But from me to you, until next week, same time, same place, make sure you catch us on all our social media handles at The Story Clip Show and stream on your podcast streaming site. So see ya.